Donald Trump has just canceled the work permits of over 500,000 people who are in this country legally but are not U.S. citizens, migrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. 500,000 people. These have work permits, which means they're all working, right? These are the people that, I mean, they're doing the right thing, right? I mean, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're legally working. They've been assigned the equivalent of a Social Security number. They have paperwork that says, yes, you may, be in the United States. You may work in the United States. But hey, they're not white people. They're almost entirely brown, well, Cuban, Haitian, the Cubans, brown people, Haitians, black people, Nicaraguans and Venezuelans, brown people, and some black people. So, hey, get them out of the country. We're trying to turn America white again. It's Make America White Again. This has been, this whole Make America Great Again thing. It's BS. Great is a stand-in word for white, just like woke is a stand-in word for black people. I mean, it doesn't take a high level of sophistication or intellect to decode Trump's dog whistles. Or it's not just Trump's, it's the entire friggin' administration. Hell, it's the entire GOP these days. And now to compound the insanity, here is Pete Hegseth coming along saying, yeah, let's seize Greenland and Panama by force. I mean, this is crazy. That he's Greenland, Panama. Adam Smith, the Democratic congressman from Washington State, asked him about this yesterday. He said, do you have plans to take Greenland or Panama by force? And Hegseth said, and I quote, our job at the Defense Department is to have plans for any contingency. Adam Smith said, but do you have plans to take Greenland by force? And Hegseth said, our job at the Defense Department is to have plans for any contingency. And so he said, do you plan on taking Panama by force? Our job at the Defense Department is, he said this 3 times. Now, what Adam Smith probably should have asked next is, do you have plans to conquer Mars? Do you have plans to conquer, I don't know, Chicago? Our job at the Defense Department is to have plans for any contingency. So then Congressman Mike Turner, who I have met Mike Turner. He is, in fact, I met him in the office of a Democratic United States Senator. Mike Turner's a Republican. And I believe he's on the Intelligence Committee. In fact, I'm quite sure he is. Well, it's a whole long story. Anyway, so Mike Turner says, it is not your testimony today that there are plans for the Pentagon for taking by force or invading Greenland, correct? In other words, you're not telling us that you have plans to take Greenland, is that right? And Hegseth refuses to answer the question. He says, our job at the Defense Department is to have plans for any, and at that point Turner cuts him off and says, I sure as hell hope that's not your testimony. And so Hegseth then says, we look forward to working with Greenland to ensure that it is secured from any potential threats. Right. Thank you. This is nuts. Representative Salud Carbajal, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, a California Democrat, said to Hegseth, and this is, talk about speaking truth to power, said, you are an embarrassment to this country, you are unfit to lead, and you should just get the hell out. And then Dan Kane, who is the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, who was sitting next to Hegseth, he was asked about Trump giving a campaign speech to troops who then applauded, and that they had been picked for their political positions and that there were no fat soldiers and mostly men and mostly white people. And so Dan Kane was asked about that, and he said, I don't know anything about that. So then Hegseth gets into a debate about women in the military. He said he's worked to remove diversity programs and political correctness from the military. So Representative Chrissy, a Democrat of Pennsylvania, demanded to know if Hegseth believes that both men and women can pull a trigger, cause death, operate a drone, or launch a missile. And Hegseth said, it depends on the context. Women carry equipment differently. Where do they come up with these people? Oh, they get them from Fox News. Of course. Of course. No surprise there. Ay, 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 ay.